South Jamaica, baby, they made me to be the greatest. Serving the deed of my creators, fresh off of my high haters. It's the king again, Magdalene, Chauffeur, bragging and boasting.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Dollars. It's another day, another dollar video, and I'm going to be reacting to scary TikToks that keep me up at night, part 1. Let's hop right into this.
Jeff the Killer.
911, what's your emergency? Hello? Please send the police. Calm down. What's the situation? There's a madman in my house. He killed both my parents. Alright, calm down. What's your name? James. James, are you hiding?
Is this real, bro?
Okay, that's good. Can you give me the description of the mad killer? He's wearing a black pants, and his face is burnt with cuts on the corners of his mouth. Please.
What the hell?
We're doing our best, James. I need you to be quiet.
Yeah, this ain't real.
I'll be quiet. Alright, good. Can you give me your address? James, can you give me your address? Alright, we're sending the police your way.
They ain't gonna make it in time.
It's a classic. James, be perfectly quiet. Help us on the way.
That phone operator sounds too calm and cool. I know that's their job, but...
James!
Yeah, that shit was fake. That shit was not real.
This is pretty messed up. You've been warned. This is Joe Metheny, a serial killer claiming to have killed 13 people. He would gut his
Look at that
victims
belly.
and then mix their flesh with animal meat to sell as burgers.
Oh,
at his fast food
no.
stand. He said the only time he felt vaguely guilty was when children ate the sandwiches. But even then, Metheny justified his actions by telling himself it was their parents' fault for being so stupid and allowing them to eat it.
Bro,
He
you
was found
fed...
dead in his cell at the Western Correctional Institution in Cumberland, Maryland, 2017.
Bro, that's good. He needed to be freaking executed, but damn. This man killed people and used their meat and put it in food. You know how sick and disgusting and vile that is, bro? Like, little kids was eating his sandwich. Oh my God. Wow. That makes me feel sick to my stomach.
Horrifying story, part 25. Warning. This is not a joke. The information that's going to be shared is dangerous and life-threatening. Do not, under any circumstance, commit the actions that will be narrated. This is the world's most dangerous book ever. Shams al-Ma'arif. This book was written by Ahmed al-Buni in the 17th century.
What's so dangerous about it?
The author of this book is not a human being. I never did and will never read this book. And this is your second warning. Do not read this book. Ahmed al-Buni practiced black magic, and he was in contact with the most powerful jinns and demons.
So that's the
before he
Arabic
passed
version
away.
of Aleister
The jinns
Crowley is what you
were
telling
the
me?
authors of this book. The elder generations, like our moms and dads, have heard about this book, and they were warned by it. There are thousands of horrifying stories of people who read this book. Shams al-Ma'arif explains everything about black magic. How to get in touch with the world of jinns,
Nah.
how to marry a jinn, and the
I'm good.
sacrifices you have to do for the devil.
No, thank
and
you.
much more. Unfortunately, this book can be easily found online. One day, a Saudi Arabian man that read hundreds of books for a living decided to read this book specifically out of interest and love for all books, without fearing the consequences behind it. He reached the chapter that teaches readers how to get married to a female jinn. He laughed about it. He tried the ritual to
And he did the
experiment.
ritual?
The first night after finishing the whole book and completing the marriage ritual, he felt someone breathing next to his face.
Oh
and on
my
the second night,
gosh.
he felt a hand touching his feet. And on the third night, he heard her voice. The man was officially locked in a marriage with a demon.
Did he at
5
least get the
years
clap,
go
though?
by. He met a normal, beautiful woman that he fell in love with, and they both decided to get married. A week before
She
the
died.
wedding, the bride, the bride's parents, and the groom's parents all pass and die in 3 different car crashes. These are the consequences behind
I gotta
this
look
book.
this up.
And it's also known from many stories of people that have died from reading the first few pages. If you don't finish reading the book, you will get killed. All my stories, all of them, are true incidents that happened one time only. But this book is a product that is permanently available online. I beg you, do not go anywhere near Shams al-Ma'arif. This video is to educate you on the dangers.
Well, thanks for the
behind
warning.
this book. Do not
It is
go
interesting,
anywhere
though. I'm gonna look
close
that up.
to the world of jinns.
I gotta look that one up. That story's crazy.
Blood-curdling facts that you wish you never knew. Best of 2020, 2021, and 2022. This video shows a man playing Dance Dance Revolution being unknowingly recorded by some people making fun of him. The man, Adam Lanza, 6 months later would shoot his mother in the head while she was asleep and drive
shit.
to Sandy Hook Elementary School.
I remember this,
where he
the
would murder
kid.
6 adults and 20 children between the ages of 6 and 7. In the 1960s, scientists attempted to teach dolphins English. However, the experiments were cut short when one of the scientists, Margaret Lavatt, was caught having sex with a dolphin named Peter.
Ew.
She even claimed that Peter initiated it, and after she left, he killed himself. In the 18th century, you could actually bring your cat or dog to the London Zoo and pay your admission by feeding it to the lions. This photo shows 8-month-old Xiao Bao.
What? They literally took their freaking pets to get feasted on by lions, bro? And these are supposedly facts. I gotta look that up. That's crazy.
Who was lucky to be alive because his mother stabbed him 80 times after he bit her while she was breastfeeding him.
Oh,
a
wow.
46-year-old man found and attacked a 13-year-old boy because he was killing him too many times.
I remember this story.
There have been countless cases of people
That story about the grown ass man that beat up a little kid because of some Call of Duty shit. That's like throwback though. Forgot when I heard about that, like 2012, 2011. I remember that shit.
people's intestines being sucked out by vacuum toilets on airplanes.
What?
So if you want to keep your rectum, be sure to stand up before you flush. A man once donated his recently deceased mother's body for scientific research. Later, he discovered the research facility, sold it to
Disrespectful.
the US Army for $5 grand, strapped it to a chair, and blew it up with explosives. There are some Native Americans that sided with the Confederates during the Civil War, and some of them even owned slaves. On New Year's Day, this guy was drunk driving with his friends when they ended up killing 2 people. He then posted this video destroying the memorials of the people they killed and posted it to Twitter. All because his murderer friends were thrown into jail.
What an asshole. I hope he got his ass beat for doing some shit like that. Your friend was responsible for the deaths of these people because he was driving like a retard. But then you want to go destroy the memorial? I would beat his ass.
Roko Onaja was in the middle of having sex with his 6th wife when his other wives caught him and became jealous. They forced him to do it with each of them, and he stopped breathing before he could get to the 5th wife.
Wow.
You know that moment when you're about to fall asleep and suddenly you
He
flinch
died
because
lucky.
you feel like you're falling? This is actually known as a hypnic jerk, and it alerts your body that you're dying, or at least thinks that it's dying. This is former NBA player Mark Jackson's basketball.
Well, something got to be wrong with me because I be having those little hypnic jerks a little bit too often, man. I hate that feeling too. Like, I don't know why that started happening, but that happens to me.
Feel like you're falling? This is actually known as a hypnic jerk, and it alerts your body that you're dying, or at least thinks that it's dying. This is former NBA player Mark Jackson's basketball card. In the background are the Menendez brothers. They're sitting courtside shortly after killing their parents and just before getting arrested. Right now, at this very moment, there are tiny little bugs munching on your skin. More people have tapeworms than have dogs, which I
Damn.
guess makes them the most popular pet. Oh yeah, and this is what they look like up close.
Ew.
You know how every few pistachios there's always one that tastes a little bit different? Well, it's because there's a dead navel orange worm inside of it. Every single day,
Ew.
someone takes the largest shit in the world and they have no idea that it was them. If you're ever eating crickets, make sure to chew them thoroughly and do not swallow them alive. They have tiny spines on their
Bro, how many facts are these? I thought there was only going to be 6.
legs, which can cling to your throat and choke you to death. And the most blood-curdling fact of all, this series is over. I'm just kidding, guys. I thought this would be a great chance to tell you guys that I dropped a clothing line called Look Behind You. I've been wearing the clothes all throughout the video. If you're into spooky, creepy, horror type stuff, this brand's definitely for you.
Nah,
Links
I'm
above
good.
if you want to check it out, and don't forget.
It's a hard pass, but good video though. I like that. The blood curling facts. We gotta react to another one of
The
those.
bride gets trapped in a chest. I know exactly which one you're talking about. It's called The Bride. This was a very popular one. So the story goes like there was a couple who had just gotten married, and during their wedding reception, they were having lots of fun, dancing, singing, and even playing games and contests. One of the games that they decided to play was hide and seek. The bride went up to the attic and was looking for a place to hide when she came across a giant chest. She opened the chest and climbed in, thinking nobody would ever find her in there, and that
They
when
never
went into
found
the
her, I
attic
bet.
to look for her, she could pop out and scare them. Well, right after she had climbed into the chest, the top had slammed down and hit her in the head, knocking her unconscious. As she fell inside the trunk, the lid then slammed closed and locked. Everybody was looking for her, but nobody looked inside the trunk. After a while, they
Wow.
started searching elsewhere, searching all over the wedding venue.
Is this a
even
true
all
story?
across town. Nobody knows how long she was banging on the trunk after she had come out of her unconscious state. But still, she was all the way in the attic, and nobody could hear her.
It's gotta be
After a
fake.
while of searching for her, all of her friends and family decided that she was gone, and that they would just stop looking for her.
No way.
Nobody ever knew what happened to her. Except
No
that one
way.
day, a maid was looking for something in the house where the wedding venue had taken place. She went up into the attic searching for this item and thought maybe it's in the trunk. So she opened the trunk, and to her horror, the corpse of the bride was in the trunk, withered away to only a skeleton,
Damn.
wearing her wedding dress.
Great story. I don't know if that's true, bro. Ain't no way they couldn't fucking find her.
Have y'all heard the story of the little girl that would pray to Lucifer?
No.
The story takes place in Tijuana back in 2005. So this little girl would pray to Lucifer every night. She would ask for her mother, her father, everybody in her family, and then she would say also for Lucifer because nobody prays for him. And obviously the mother one day overheard her.
Wow.
And she thought it was weird, and she asked her what that was about, and the little girl would just evade the question, wouldn't even talk about it. But one day, mysteriously, the little girl died, and at her funeral, this guy dressed, very humble, came and paid for everything. The funeral, all the expenses.
Lucifer?
And he just signed with an L. That was it. So the mother confronts this man and says, why are you doing this? And he says, because
She
she
prayed
was the
for him?
only one that prayed for me.
Nah, that's a good story, but I don't believe that.
Scary
I gotta
stalkers
look
on
that
camera.
one up too.
This scared man was recording a video with his phone saying that someone was following him.
I'm pretty sure I'm being followed. I've been taking a rather circuitous route. See that woman back there? I've been taking a rather circuitous route around. And she got interested in what I was up to.
This woman was returning home when suddenly,
I remember this one. This is real.
this woman was peacefully walking around with her son, but then,
Weirdos.
Pictures with creepy backstories. Hotel manager pouring acid into pool because he only wanted white people to use it.
Oh shit. That's fucked up.
Youngest mother ever recorded. At only 5 years old, she had a rare condition called precocious puberty. The father was never found.
Oh man.
Seconds after this photo was taken, both boys were struck by lightning.
Sorry. I know it's not funny, but bro. Like the stuff that you find on the internet, like if this is real, I'm sorry again, but like look at the photo. Just imagine you take a picture and then boom, you're dead by lightning. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, bro.
This was the last photo taken of a volcanologist who moments later was killed by a volcanic eruption.
I know. It's not funny, bro. But it's just like, why they do this, bro? Why they put this on the internet, bro? He's just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling at the base of volcano. Everything's sweet. Just another regular day at the office.
The night this photo was taken of a mum and 2 sons. The son on the left paid to friends to kill her and his brother.
Wow. That's crazy. That was crazy.
The
Dude.
urban legend of
These TikTok videos is fire. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Lick 2. In the beginning,
A young woman was home alone with her dog. She was closing the windows and locking the doors before getting into bed, when one window wouldn't lock. She decided to leave it and just go to bed as usual. As she gets into bed, her dog takes his usual spot under her bed.
That was not her dog.
She knows she's safe when he's there. In the deep of the night, she awakens to the sound of dripping coming from the bathroom. She's scared and doesn't want to get up to check. So she reaches down to the dog under the bed for a lick of reassurance, as she usually does. She falls back to sleep. Once more the girl is awakened by the sound of dripping and again reaches for her dog's reassuring lick, and then falls soundly back to sleep. Awakened once again, and now curious, the girl gets up to have a look.
The dog in the bathroom.
Coming from. She opens the bathroom door, and what she found was horrific.
her dog was hanging from the shower with a slit throat. The nose.
Yo, this is all like one of those Reddit pages that be having those little horror stories. I used to read a couple of them because it was really good. It looks like just somebody took that idea and made it into a TikTok, bro.
You could hear
Humans can lick too.
Dripping into the tub, and on the mirror written in the dog's blood, it read, "Humans can lick too."
Little Reddit horror stories they turned to a TikTok. It was good though. Any VR? What's going on with the VR? I see something over there. It's like a little kid. Is that a spirit? Okay, what's happening? It's really hard to make out what that is. Looks like a little kid, some type of editing effect they did. That's Dobie? Let me find out that was Dobie. Alright, y'all, that was Scary TikToks That Keep Me Up at Night Part 1. This looks like a series I'm going to continue doing because these videos were awesome. You know, whether they were real or not, who knows? I feel like some of them were real. And some of them I got to do the backstories on, like the one with the book. The Arabic book that people read and die, and that one was crazy. The one with the bride in the chest in the attic, that one was crazy. I don't know if that was real though. And the one with the little girl, man, that was a good story, bro. I don't know how true that one is, but again, these are stuff that you got to do your research on, but again, it's entertaining, so I like it. Anyway, if you enjoy these reactions, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Every Friday, we'll post new ones. Your boy, we off.
For my time goes by, they gon' raise a nigga jersey in the sky. Treat a nigga right, big dreaming on my life. Shorty wanna get some air, I go and get her when I fly. Taking off on these niggas I retire. The minute I catch fire, I smoked them all before, just revisiting the high.